All right, for a breakdown, I'm now joined by our TSN Hockey analyst, Bruce Boudreau. And Bruce, it looked like the Toronto Maple Leafs had this thing won, but two third-period goals pushes it to overtime, and then they eventually lose it in a shootout. Was this a case of the Toronto Maple Leafs just being a team that's tired on the second game of a back-to-back?
You know, as a coach, you don't like to give those excuses, but I can think of a lot of reasons why they were tired. I mean, they just won 4 in a row on the road. They just won in overtime. They come home only for a day. And when you come home for a day, there's nothing to do. I mean, you take care of the kids, and then you're going back right on the road again. So I think they were a little fatigued. Even yesterday's game, I thought they looked tired at the end of the game. So, I mean, I'll give it to them. This is the first time that they've lost a point when they were leading after 2 periods. But, I mean, they looked tired and they were missing passes and things of that nature. And they only got 2 power play goals against a team that gives up a lot. So, I mean, yeah, I'm going to use the tired excuse right now, but they better get some rest because they got 3 tough games on the road now coming up.
All right, 2 other teams in action on Monday night, and both of them fighting for a wild card spot. I want to get your opinion on how each of these teams should handle the trade deadline. We'll start with the Senators. All right, they fight back against Washington before ultimately losing the game in overtime. The Senators are a team that really feels like this team needs to make the postseason. How do you handle the Ottawa Senators deadline if it was up to you?
Well, if it was up to me, I would make some moves to make sure we get in. I mean, they talked in previous years that they had bad starts and they didn't get in. Well, they had a good start this year. They went out and they got their goalie right now. I think they have to make a push to get in the playoffs this year. I think it's important to them. And if I'm the players, I want them to make a move to help us out. If I'm the management, I'm saying we're going to get in and we're going to make that move. So if I'm them, I'm making a move to get in, or 2, whatever it takes.
How about the Montreal Canadiens? Because they blow a 3-goal lead on this evening. They do win the game in overtime, though. They are 1 point back of a wild card spot as well. Is this a situation where you just sort of stand pat and see if they can eke into a playoff spot, or would you do something?
Yeah, no, you know, with Montreal, it's a different story. I mean, and first of all, I don't think they care whether they win and blow a 5-goal lead as long as they get the 2 points at the end tonight. But I think they not necessarily stay pat, but stay the course of whatever their strategy was before this 5-game winning streak. Keep it going, because this is not their year. If they get in, which would be great, but I mean, let's face it, they're going to be playing probably the first seed, and that doesn't bode well for them. But so I would stay the course if I was Montreal and build for next year.
Well, the Senators and Montreal Canadiens both with 1 more game before Friday's trade deadline. We'll see what happens. Bruce, there it is.